and society. Manu, go ahead and introduce him.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Prophet Emmanuel. And also want to welcome His Excellency Samuel Nandi. You are welcome. Official lady, you are all welcome. Please, guys, let's keep tapping. Let's keep getting the likes up. We need to hit 100K. And don't forget to follow the KOK Online Global Village platform. Also follow KOK TV on YouTube. Kanayo TV on YouTube. Please don't forget to do that. Society and Mr. Rom, you are welcome, sir. Over to you.
Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Dede, Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, bro.
Manu, the whole house. I'm so happy to be here with everybody. I've been enjoying. In fact, today is the day you gather the most philosophers and historians and everywhere. Then we finally got my reality that has come to Tiana's aggressive passion. She's speaking like Tiana. That's.
I brought her up. I was going to tell Dede. Dede only comes for one conversation. We have the regular people that host conversation on TikTok. She's one of them. That's
All
why
right.
I invited her.
Yeah. All right, good to see her.
Mr. Ron, that's why I remember I told you, me and Mr. Ron, we argue. These are the regular people that we have conversations. They're very passionate.
Yeah, I know Tiana and I know my reality. They are my TikTok girls, So let me start by this. Let me build upon. Let me carry on from where everybody has taken it to, because everybody gave an excellent presentation. And let me read this quote by Michael G. Hopf. It's a philosophical quote that people use all the time. It goes like this: hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, and the cycle repeats itself and reverberates throughout history. So I'm taking it to this direction. So the easiest way for you to understand this is, maybe you have a Nigerian parent who is a billionaire, might have gotten the money through honest or illegal means, and instead of keeping your children or your offspring on the straight and narrow, you decide to spoil them because you love them. When you pass on, those children are going to mismanage the money because they don't understand how you made it, and that's them enjoying the good time. It's a cycle. So if you don't correct it on time, it will keep repeating itself, right? I know everybody is speaking passionately against social stratification, like it's really an evil thing going on in the world and all that. I hate to break the news to everybody. You cannot create civilization without social stratification.
Exactly.
Egalitarianism is a farce. It's not reality. Let me even prove to you that it's a farce. When Libya was doing well, right? Literally, almost all citizens in Libya had an egalitarian system. For those of you who don't understand, egalitarian means almost everybody had equal rights. Almost everybody was rich, and almost everybody wasn't suffering. They had very, very low. We see it in Arab countries today. What do? They go and import foreigners, immigrants, to come and do the dirty work they are not going to do. And over time, the offspring of those foreigners will settle on that land. And that already tells you where it's going with social stratification. That's how it starts. It starts from war. It starts from settlements. And it's not like they came, in all cases of settlement, they came to perform a certain duty there. Either you had craftsmen, different kinds of artisans coming to do what the rich citizens wouldn't do. And over generations, those people, they keep reminding them that, see, we only allowed you to come here and come and do work. Don't think you are one of us. And this is how it starts, right? Then there's also the issue of war. The conqueror determines who is who and where everybody is placed. Now, beyond this evil way of classifying human beings, you cannot build anything when everybody is on equal level. We need hierarchical systems. So somebody is directing from the top, somebody is managing, another is supervising, then there's the workforce who roll their sleeves to build that thing. If everybody is a CEO, nobody is going to carry block to build any building. I need us to understand that and get that out of the way. right? So when you understand that these systems are required in order for civilization, infrastructural development to jet rocket, then you know that technically it's not a bad thing. I wouldn't like to be bottom, right? But this is not to say that we are not going to remove ourselves from the situation and say it as it is, right? You have an option. If you find yourself in a place, let's say you're in Dubai, it's your grandfather that went there to go and help them build a main road, and he was carrying quota. Then all of a sudden, you are still in that level. Common sense dictates that you remove yourself from that environment and relocate yourself to somewhere where you can be visible. You can't be visible with the same skill, with the same group of human beings, doing the same exact thing you're doing. It just does not work like that. There's always somewhere where you can shine. There's nobody. And by the way, when this prophet said that everybody was born perfect, it's true we are born perfect. Perfection does not mean equality. Maybe I'm a perfect laborer or a perfect
Exactly.
manager or a perfect CEO.
Yes.
Everybody has where, and for you to understand how civilization works, take out time. Go to an ant hill, and sit down and observe and see how organized these insects are. You begin to understand how civilization was built. So you have two solutions. You can go the way of Tiana and get extra PhDs and all that just to shake them, or you can remove yourself from that situation. By the way, I know more people who left organizations to become consultants to the organization they left because they knew so much and they felt they were being underpaid, so they had to leave and come in as consultants. Now you're paying them with eye to eye respect. They are not ordering them around. They work at their own pace. Everything is based on contractual agreement. So there's an escape route to all of them. And maybe one day we'll discuss the Igbo Osu problem and the Indian Osu, and the Indian class system. Because again, you find out that the reason why those things were happening in Igbo land is not necessarily because Igbo people were capturing and selling fellow Igbo people. No. The people they were selling, right, and capturing were not the same people. And this is what history doesn't tell us. It looks like brothers are kidnapping brothers and selling. No, that's not the truth. They knew who was who, and they could identify themselves. And this is why even in Igbo culture, they don't joke with lineages. When anything that has to do with lineage or where people come from, they take it. I don't know of any other culture that takes these records seriously. Sorry, let me just add. I had a friend, and he's from Sokoto. We are having a conversation. So he was asking me that why Igbo people with me in South Africa, why is there any time when somebody is deceased, they want to bring the body to the land? They don't want to anything land. I said, why are you asking that question? I said, where you are from, don't you want your generations to be registered on that land? He said, no, that they came from one country, they landed in Sokoto, then his grandfather was a scholar, then they went to Jeba, then from Jeba they went, I said, oh, now I get it. We have different realities. You are what they call a nomad settler. Igbo people don't move like that. Wherever we go, we know where we come from. And this is why we have that mentality. So
Yeah.
different realities. So what was the second question? You said I was going to address second matter.
Yeah. No, I had made this assertion about social stratification because I know that when I watched Roots, Kunta Kinte, the black parents were discouraging their children, don't read. We're not supposed to read. We're supposed to be serving the master. You know, so also from slavery. And then you have the class structure. If you read Immanuel Kant, if you read philosophy like I do, there was a class structure and so on. Is it what has kept us that people have to struggle to remain in the secret place or secret cult?
Okay, so let me explain it literally, then maybe I explain it the other way that people will understand. So, like I stated clearly, nobody's erasing any class from this world. It's always going to be there. And I know you guys don't believe it, but if you leave human beings to operate independently, equally, there's going to be chaos. As tough as what I said sounds, if you allow people to run around with egalitarian mindset, there's going to be utter chaos. Because now who determines what is right and what is wrong? Everybody will not have their, even in basic arguments where we're having debate and conversations, some people, they know that black is black, but they still have a way to argue that black can be in between darkish brown or darkish gray or something. So we don't even have, as a collective, we've not agreed on upon anything yet. So just imagine if they now say everybody equal rights, rule yourself and do whatever you like. It's chaos. Now, this concept of a shadowy organization running I don't want to call the name on TikTok, it's something I discussed privately. A shadowy organization running the world. I didn't like the idea, but when you start understanding what they are doing, though evil creates order, right? Whatever they're doing, even though it's evil, it creates order. So it's what they call is it egalic dialectic? So how it works? Is it egalic or egalic dialectic? So how it works is, yeah,
it's dialectics.
yeah. So how does it work? Everybody is on a level of equanimity, peace. Nothing is wrong. Then somebody starts trouble. Then it starts burning everywhere. Everybody starts shouting, away, fire on the mountain. Confusion, they are crying. Who is going to save us? Who is going to save? The same person that started the problem will now come as a savior and solve the problem. Then the same people will come and gather again. Thank God, though. If not for Mr. Ron, we would have walked by, though. But I'm the same person committing good and evil. It's me, right? That's the dialectic there. And this is how they've always controlled and ruled people. Sometimes they've done it for good, sometimes it's for evil purposes. But when you trace the root of this behavior, is to control order and structure in society. That's all it is. And if you think that they are bad, try implementing egalitarianism in a society and see what will happen. It's not that simple. So I would say that, yes, there are classes you should aspire to join. But just like my reality says, there are sacrifices that have to be made as you climb up, right? We see what's going on in the music industry in the US. You see how they are exposing their yashis everywhere. The reality is, do you want it that bad? And are you willing, because some people's mind are stronger than some people. Do you really want it that bad? If you really want it that bad, I'm willing to
something has to give in.
Yeah, nothing is free in this world. I had to learn the hard way. Nothing is free. The world does not owe you anything. You're not entitled to nothing. Everything you get, you fight for it, you work hard for it and get it. And this is the only way we can be serious. Right? So all this dream about, especially in politics, they say somebody is going to come and everybody, there won't be poverty again. And one Messiah is coming from somewhere. Those are just unrealistic dreams. And we can't find it replicated in to the dot in any society. So at some point, if you find yourself that you're tied because of your ancestral lineage, leave that environment. Don't be there again. Leave. That's what the Igbos are known for. When all of us became too wise, commercial wisdom and how to trade, when it became too wise, what did we do? We started traveling to the north. See, I've been to a place, right, in the north, where there was literally no civilization. Guess what was the best civilization there? An Igbo man's chemist. And that man was operating like a doctor, a pharmacist.
In fact, he gives injection.
Everything. He was doing everything in that village. And the nearest village to that village is about 50 kilometers.
Wow.
And that's how he became. Every Christmas he comes to his village as a millionaire in the east. And in Newi. And they're like, this man has made it. Go and see where he was hustling now. Remote island. He had to leave, because there were other people doing the same business with him. And he could not compete. So he had to leave. So there are solutions to classism that you don't like. You leave. Don't be there. So let me...
Mr. Ron, thank you. Mr. Ron, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program. For those of you who are joining us now, We have just about 10 minutes to end the broadcast before Manu and Tiana give their final summation. But we still have official lady who hasn't spoken. We still have His Excellency. His Excellency is speaking next. Nande Samuel is a pastor by profession. I don't know whether it's by profession or by calling, but he lives abroad. And yeah, he's going to tell us his own perspective, either from the social, political, or economic angles. Nandi, welcome to the broadcast. We're happy to have you here. We have just 10 minutes to end this broadcast. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, but it's like Tiana wanted to chip in something.
Okay.
Yeah, they I try not to interject they as much, but it's fine. I was thinking I'll do it after, but just in case, because I didn't want him to drop Mr. Ron, and I just wanted to. Hopefully, we can do it briefly, and I will. I apologize if it's going too long. I will interject and stop you, Mr. Ron. But I just wanted to talk. Hold on slightly when you talked about the egalitarian society, and you almost alluded to the fact that it would be worse. And so I wanted to see what you have to say about societies, for example, the Scandinavian societies that have lesser inequality, having a better stability in terms of the countries and doing much better. So when you say worse, in what sense? Because we actually have the Scandinavian countries trying to push for egalitarian in such a way that everyone has equal opportunities, not equal outcome. Because, you know, we can both have the same opportunities and somebody else still remains to be poor. But the equal opportunities is where the egalitarian is coming from, in the sense that they seem to have a better stability. So when you say worse, how do you...
So, thank God, you know that's my specialty. So thank you for pushing me to the Scandinavian country. So for about 45 years ago, let's use... gender equality, for example. That's the most popular thing going on in Scandinavian countries. So about 45 years ago, they decided as a group that they were going to erase or blur the lines between feminine and masculine roles in Scandinavian countries. So they were pushing women to do engineering, science, technology, engineering, mathematical studies, while they were also pushing men to more to the classroom of toddlers, nursing, cooks, and all that, just to blur so that everybody will have a genderless definition. Guess what happened 7 years ago? So over time, they found out that while it started off right, women were doing men thing, men were doing women thing. Over time, the thing started coming back again, right? So when they noticed that the curve was coming back again, they started to enforce it. Woman, you must do this, man, you must do this. What has happened? Water has found its level back again. Men are back to doing men things. Women are back to doing women things. Why? Society cannot function that way. Everybody has responsibility and duty. Everybody is suited for unique tasks.
Yes.
So wokeism will not help. We see what happened in Los Angeles, California. Fire burning, things that they could have prevented. But they chose DEI and wokeism, and here's the result. Protecting fishes and grasshoppers so that they won't leave the ecosystem, and blocking off water and dams that were supposed to supply water to the hydrant and firefighters. Today, the fishes are gone. The grasshoppers are gone. All the animals are gone. Foolishness. Have I made my point?
Tiana, has he made his point?
Yeah, that's fine. In my conclusion, but I think you sort of still made the same thing I'm saying, in the sense that equal opportunity. So till this day, the Scandinavian countries gives that opportunity to everyone. And as you said, it should now be your option or your choice to say.
Yeah, they tried to enforce it when they noticed it was relapsing.
Yeah, it should not, that's what I'm saying. So it should not be enforced, but it should be given so that way, you know, everyone has the opportunity, and then you pick where you want to go. But thank you so much for breaking that down. Thank you. Mr. His Excellency.